Well, we had a good run, a few seasons basking in the golden glow of the likes of Manchester United and admiring the Arctic finesse of Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. Now, we're going to carry on up the Qarabag. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to episode 56 of Breaking the Big Three. Merhaba arkadaşlar. Hoş geldiniz. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and while you're here, let's get this in early. Why don't you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment, any kind of interaction really helps the channel out. Thank you very much. So, we're having a look here at our fixtures and results. So, of course, we had that rather depressing last episode in which we were knocked out of the Champions League playoffs by Bâle. And we managed to get a win back over Galatasaray after that. And as you can see from there, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. We followed up that great win over Galatasaray with a 1-0 defeat away to lowly Alanyaspor. Much like last season, when we played them at the end of last season, that was one of the episodes. Go back and check that out if you haven't seen it already. They had a super defensive formation, flat back five, 2 defensive midfielders. So basically they had 7 men in the box most of the time. They got an early goal on the break and we just blew and huffed and puffed, but could not blow the defensive wall down until Gökhan blew his top and got sent off late on. Europa League got off to a bit of a shaky start, home to Shakhtar, and as you can see here, we were 2-0 down by half time. And I told the players what I thought about that. We did respond positively in the second half. Besse pulled one back. Murat Özkan is proving to be quite the player. Remember, this was a youngster we loaned out, and then when we let Holtman go, Gurey was poached by Liverpool, and then we had Oscar and the new guy Johansson both get quite lengthy injuries. He was recalled, and he's having a great season for us so far. You can see that he got a goal and an assist in that game, and he's been scoring in other games too. So he managed to salvage a draw in our first Europa League game. Went a bit better back in the league. We then got a 3-1 win over Fenerbahce. It was Besse with the hat-trick on that particular day. That hat-trick scored in 11 minutes. Look, 9th minute, 15th minute and 20th minute, and we never looked back, even though Fenerbahce got one back in the second half. Konyaspor, now I did say in the last episode, Konyaspor had started the season strongly, but they'd slipped away a bit by this point. 3-1, we won again. We scored all 4 goals. Mustafa Salam with a brace, Besse on the score sheet again. Omer Korkmaz, unfortunately, scoring an own goal, which gave Konyaspor a brief glimmer of hope, but luckily Mustafa Salam snuffed that out. We then went to Rijeka away in the Europa League, possibly our best performance of the season to date. We won quite convincingly, 3-0. Mehmet Dikman back from injury and scoring after 2 minutes. Evren Şengül had a penalty not long after that. And Van de Gen wrapping it all up in the second half. So that was good to get an away win, but then we came crashing back down to earth when we had the Ankara derby with Osmanlıspor. We took an early lead. It was Murat Özkan again, but then in the second half I told them do not get complacent. I kept hitting that concentrate button, but it wasn't to be, and this guy Çağlar scored 2 goals in 3 minutes to give Osmanlıspor an undeserved win. We did bounce back with a win over Göztepe though, and that was the last game. Besse again, got a brace there. Gökhan getting back in the good books with a goal as well. They did equalise early in the first half, but it was a fairly straightforward win. I'm just going to show you what the Super League looks like before we get into the first match today. So yeah, those 2 defeats have left us down in 4th place. Osmanlıspor, who were one of the teams to beat us, to be fair, they are 1st in the league, so obviously they're in form. Besiktas continuing their good form from last season. Başakşehir have made a bit of a comeback. Galatasaray are breathing down our necks, so it's all pretty tight at the moment. Alanyaspor, you see here, they've only won 2 games all season. One of those against us. And our Europa League group looks like this. Us and Shakhtar are setting the pace today. So we play Qarabag. Shakhtar obviously playing Rijeka. So wins for both teams today could go a long way to settling this group, even though we'd only be at the halfway stage. So yeah, we're the home team today. Genclerbirligi, clear favourites. In strong form despite that little blip against Osmanlıspor. Qarabag, obviously they've only got their European form to go on, which is not that great. And this is how we're lining up. We're going with our attacking 4-2-3-1 formation. So we got Bigel, I'm bringing him in goal, the young German. Tarek and Fernandez playing in the centre of defence. Özgür and Alpaslan. So it's only really Alpaslan as a first choice in the defence there. I got Ibrahim Tezcan, one of our youngsters, getting a run out in the deep line playmaker role. Pimenta, another one of our youngsters, going in as a Mazala. Mustafa Salam in the advanced playmaker role. Murat and Timuçin Ceylan, they are playing on the wings, both youth products of the club. I never actually labelled Murat as a youth player because the initial coach reports weren't that great, but it goes to show you shouldn't always take those at face value. Gustafsson is up front. He's been out of form a bit, Gustafsson, but I'm giving him a run out today. Hopefully he'll find his shooting boots again against Qarabag. You see Oscar's now back to full fitness, so he's on the bench. Yannick Johansson, still 2 months, well, 4 weeks to 2 months, so I would not expect him back realistically before the winter break, unfortunately. He's going to be out probably all of November and probably most of December as well. Stefan Savic is also currently on the injured list, but he'll be back within a week. And we've got a couple of other players with knocks, including Besse, which is another reason to give Gustafsson a run out today. So Qarabag lining up with a 4-4-1-1 formation. Is that Boffin in goal? Yes, it is. Wow. Clever goalkeeper. All right, let's tell the team to pick up where they left off. And it's kick-off time. Qarabag kicking off in their white with a fancy black stripe down the sleeves. The rain lashing down, and we've got a corner here early on. Oh, and a very good shot early on. I think that was Ceylan. They had the man on the post, though, and they were able to clear it away. Something Tunisia did not do in the England game at the World Cup. Ooh, topical. Got my England shirt on again, although this won't go out on the day of an England match. You know, I just thought, why not? Let's get in the spirit of it. Anyway, here comes Pimenta. Pimenta back to Özgür. Tezcan's got it. Knocks it out to Özgür. Özgür's going to whip the cross in here. Ceylan gets dispossessed, but okay, Tezcan's still got it. Pimenta. Come on, let's penetrate that box. Özgür again. To Murat and Mustafa Salam. There we go. The patient build-up paid off in the end. Less than 5 minutes in, and we've taken the lead. Yeah, so here we go. Pimenta got the ball there. Özgür completely unmarked. All the time in the world to whip his cross in. Beautiful knockdown by Murat. And a goal from Mustafa Salam. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Murat Özkan really in great form. Really in great form this season. He's a bit of a breakout star this season, it has to be said. Shakhtar have taken the lead against Rijeka, so both of these matches are going to form. It looks like we're going to have 2 teams on 7 points in the group and 2 teams on 1 point in the group by the end of this. And I think in the next round of matches we play Qarabag and Rijeka against Shakhtar, our final game. So yeah, the group's going to be sewn up long before we play them. Anyway, ironic cheers from the crowd, and then we get dispossessed. Fantastic. Okay, Qarabag, do not let them back into the game here. Okay, they're going for a patient build-up as well, it would seem. We need to get the ball off them. Come on, boys. Come on. Oh, that is a pretty good goal, has to be said, from Ismail Velázquez. But we weren't pressing them much. I do need to play around with this formation a bit. I think the AI seems to have sussed it out a bit that, you know, we're conceding much more than I would like, much more than we were with the same formation last season. So maybe it's the change in players, the rotation at our club that's caused that. I'm not sure. All right, here's Timuçin Ceylan, gets a cross in, too close to the keeper, and Qarabag get the chance to build an attack from the back. Okay, but they messed that up with a long kick from the keeper. Ooh, crunching tackle there from the player, but the referees let that one go. To be fair, he was right on top of it, so we'll trust the man in yellow. Okay, Gençler win it back. It's Murat again. Murat knocks it out to Timurcin Ceylan. He's got a chance to whip it across this time. Much better stuff. And it eventually falls to Mustafa Salam once again. Second goal of the night for him. Gustafsson eventually knocked the ball to him, and we've restored our lead. Yeah, so here we go. Beautiful control from Ceylan. Whips the ball in. Gustafsson just very calm touch under pressure. Mustafa Salam couldn't miss from there. It's just as well because his finishing stat is shocking. Okay, chance to extend our lead further here. Gustafsson's free kick goes over the bar. Concentrate up to half time. We're going to go in with our lead intact, I believe. And time for a team talk. So I've got to tell the team that they can be doing better than that. There's definitely room for improvement in this second half. Let's have a look at that. I'll tell the rest of them I'm not happy, and that's fired them up. I get out there and slaughter them like the lambs they are supposed to be. Right then, corner here, and Tariq with the goal. Mustafa Salam with the assist this time, I think. Anyway, we're 3-1 up. Another early goal. We're scoring a lot of early goals this season in both halves. The first half and second half in a lot of our games we've scored quite early, which is good, although it gives the opposition plenty of time to get back in it. Speaking of which, here come Qarabag, but no, Tezcan intercepts, and Ceylan's got the ball. He sprints down the wing, brings it into Gustafsson, and there you go, the simplest of goals. 4-1 on 52 minutes. This one is definitely in the bag. It's all about how many from here, I think. Yes. Great one from Gustafsson there. First time, straight past the keeper. And there we go. I don't know why Alparslan Kutlu is looking nervous. Here we go. Mustafa Salam's corner is cleared, but he picks it up again. Sends it back to Tezcan. And Tariq has it now to Ceylan. He's hit the post. Oof. That was very nearly 5-1 on the hour. This, of course, could be important for the goal difference. Qarabag take the throw in then. They've got another chance coming forward, but dispossessed there. Tariq knocks one forward to no one in particular. Qarabag, plenty of time for them to make a mistake here, perhaps? No, doesn't look like it. They're just playing down the flank. They are getting a bit of space, but it's the final ball that's letting them down, isn't it? Anyway, Fernandez gets it back to Biggle. Alparslan's got time to run with the ball. He plays in Salam, out to Murat. It's been a bit quiet in the second half, Murat, but there we go. He's got an assist, and Gustafsson's got a second goal. Hopefully the confidence is going to come back to Gustafsson now. Substitutions time, just to give people runs out more than anything else. So I'm going to bring on Ensberger then for Alparslan Kutlu. And let's put Oscar on, get some match fitness up for him. Ozkan's done his stuff today with 2 assists. Let's get Oscar's match fitness back up, match sharpness back up, confidence back up. Go on, take some pot shots. You're bound to get lucky with something. We'll encourage the team to finish strongly. But here we go. It's Qarabag who have the attack now, trying to salvage a bit of pride late on here. Turkey and Azerbaijan, neighbouring countries, of course. Anyway, here we go. Tezcan plays out to Pimenta. Pimenta to Salam. Salam's been at the centre of everything we've done today. Oscar Gustafsson very nearly had his hat-trick there. Very nearly had the hat-trick, but not to be. There's still time for that, though. There's still time. Still time for that. Evren Şengül's going to come on for the final bit then, because Mustafa Salam is looking a bit tired out. Ooh, Timurcin Ceylan seems to have taken a knock as I made that substitution, but okay, he's recovering, and we get into injury time. Don't think we're going to have any more goals added here today, but 5-1 is plenty. 5-1 is plenty. Here comes Gustafsson. Gets dispossessed, and that's probably going to be it, I imagine. Still 30 seconds to go, though, so maybe time for one more. Hopefully not one from Qarabag. Just lots of back and forth. I don't know why we're getting this long a highlight if there's not going to be a chance at the end of it, at least. Okay, Ozgur's got it now. What's he going to do? He's going to run forward, and the referee's going to blow the whistle. Very long highlight just to get to that. Okay, a little bit disappointed to have conceded, but apart from that, it was a perfect performance against a weaker team, so we've got to tell them, good win for us. And let's leave the match. Let's see what happened in the other game with Shakhtar. They got a 2-0 win in the end. All right, good for them. Let's have a look then at Group B as things stand. So obviously Shakhtar getting the draw away from home with the 2 away goals puts them ahead of us at the moment. Let's have a look at the further Europa League games. So we're going to play Qarabag away in the next match. There's a good chance we could secure qualification there, because if we win that, we just go back. If we win that, then we're going to be... Rijeka would have to beat Shakhtar for us then to have any chance of not going through. I think we're going to wrap things up there in the next game. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got plenty of money for that. Gustafsson, 2 goals and an assist. Great form. Fade to black. We're going to be right back for Kasimpasa in the Super League. Oh, welcome back everybody, Tekraj Geldiniz for our league game, Super League game today, away to Kasimpasa at the Recep Tayyip Erdogan Stadium. Tamam, arkadaşlar, tamam. So we are 5th coming into this game. Kasimpasa are struggling, they're down in 13th. So we're going to be looking for a win to push us up. As you see, Osmanlıspor have already played this weekend. They have now opened a bit of a gap at the top, although we do have 2 games in hand on them, so we need to win those to close that gap back down. And this is how we're lining up today. So small change from the last game, playing the defensive midfielder instead of the attacking midfielder. So Utku comes back in goal, Tarık and Gökhan in the centre of defence, Jakub Duman and Alparslan in the full-back positions, Ömer Korkmaz, Van de Gen, and Servet Şentürk, who's just recovered from an injury, a hamstring pull. They'll be together in the centre of midfield. Evren and Oscar out on the wings. Besse comes back up front. So yeah, we're giving a couple of those people who've just returned from injury a run out. We'll see how long they last. 4-2-3-1 from Kasimpasa. You might recognise this name, people who've been following us from the beginning. Shaban Işık is back in Turkish football. Genclerbirligi youth player of the past. One of the guy who was in the under-19s when I first took over. Promoted him straight into the first team. If you remember, he left us for Newcastle. Didn't go well for him there. First season, it was all right. He played 10 games. Then the next season, 2 games. And his final season there, no games because he was loaned out to Hertha Berlin. Then he transferred to Galatasaray. Only ever made 1 appearance for them. And now he's at Kasimpasa, 5 appearances. It's very disappointing for him. Only 32 goals, league goals in his career, and 4 of those only after leaving us. You don't want to leave us. That's the thing, you don't want to leave us. Speaking of players who left us, Fatih Turk has been transfer listed by Schalke for a knockdown price of 2.5 million. And the other thing about that is, remember, there's a 50% of next sale clause in there from us. So I did bid. And then I figured we'll get half the money back anyway. The only thing was his agent's demands were ridiculous. He was making all sorts of demands that we strengthen the team and offer him a significant pay rise, and the agent fee was astronomical, so we didn't bother in the end. If that's what he's asking for, I think he's going to struggle to find a move, which again is a shame because that's a guy who was a really good prospect. He was in the Turkish national team. He's not in the Turkish national team anymore. And it looks like he's just going to rot away as Besse gives us the lead. Assisted by Oscar. Good. So 2 guys who've just returned from injury linking up there. Servet Şentürk was involved earlier in the move as well. This is what we wanted them in here for. Great goal, great goal. So that's what we wanted, taking a fairly early lead, not as early as in the other games. And there you go, Tarık wins the ball nice and easily. Besse's running at the defence now. He gets past them. I think he's going to put the cross into Evren. Great. That is great play. Good, I was just checking it hasn't been disallowed. Tarık hit it long. I think they mean he played a beautifully weighted pass. Besse, great run from him. Just took those defenders with him. And nobody picked up Evren, just ghosted in at the back post to nod one in and double our lead. Of course, Evren was rested for most of the Europa League match, so he comes into this relatively fresh, although I guess he's doing a lot of running because he's not as fit as some of the others. Okay, I think we're going to go into the half with our lead intact and our clean sheet intact. Kasimpasa must be a bit desperate. They started with a couple of injured players. They've already had another person injured, so they're not having much luck on that front this season. Team talk time. We're going to say very happy with the way things are going away from home as well. Whoa, everybody took their positions very quickly there. Opening highlight time. Just knocking the ball about, nice and comfortable. Already frustrating Kasimpasa, not letting them on the ball. Pretty empty stadium, it has to be said. You think people would be flocking to see the 5-time champions play. Anyway, the highlight continues. Okay, it didn't end there. Ömer Korkmaz to Besse, Servet Şentürk to Oscar, Oscar to Evren. Very good shot, very good save, and there's a corner. And the highlight continues. But the corner's cleared. It looks like a Kasimpasa break, perhaps. They had men over on the other side, but the highlight ends there. Okay, we've reached the hour mark now. Quick highlight, and then I'm going to look into subbing off. Ooh, we've let them score. We've let them score. That's not good. I was going to say I'm going to sub off a couple of those players who've just come back from injury and are lacking the match sharpness a bit. Maybe now's a good time to do that. You see Servet Şentürk, he's down to 70 in terms of his physical conditioning. I think in order to accommodate that, Evren Şengül can play in that role nicely, and then Timothy Ceylan can come in for another run out. So that's good for him. And up front, yeah, I'm going to put Gustafsson on, seeing as he was in good goal scoring form in that last game. A reminder to concentrate to the team. We've got the corner. Ceylan's picked it up. He's going to get another cross in. Defense dealt with it. Dealt with it pretty well. And they're going for a patient build-up again. Then a long ball, but they lose it to Gökhan. Evren picks it up now. Out to Jakub Duman. Van de Gen's got it. Back out to the flank. Great ball to Ceylan. Ceylan can't get the cross in though, but Van de Gen picks it up again. Oscar, he's going to get a cross in now, hopefully. No, we still haven't managed to get a chance out of this yet, but I feel something's coming. My spidey senses are tingling. Gustafsson and Ceylan. There we go. Ceylan gets the goal. Scintillating stuff, they say. And that's apparently Timothy Ceylan's first ever Genclerbirligi League goal. Great stuff. I thought for a second there this was going to be a bunch of wasted opportunities, but there you go. Gustafsson with a little flick on. Ceylan taps it in. Okay, good. Kasimpasa attack breaks down. We've got it now. Some patient build-up, please, boys. There we go. Lovely short passing there. Lovely short passing. A little bit of acrobatics from Timothy Ceylan there. Out on the wing. Oscar on a run now. Is he going to get the cross in? Yes, he is. To Gustafsson, and they combined again. Exactly the same way. Gustafsson knocks it down for Ceylan. 4-1 up away from home. This episode is going much better than the last couple, that has to be said. So there we go. There we go. There we go. We're cruising on our way now. Inspired substitution to bring Ceylan on. 2 goals already. Right, we're going to look into making one last substitution for today. I could do with taking Evren Şengül off, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to juggle things about here because Ömer Korkmaz has been training in that regular central midfield role as a deep line playmaker. Let's just make that switch there. İbrahim Sümer is going to come on in the defensive midfield role. That's our final substitution for today. Quick reminder to the boys to concentrate. Let's see this out. Make sure we don't concede a second goal. The substitute's looking complacent because of course he is. All right, there we go. Gustafsson's got it. Is he going to provide another one for Ceylan? Not right now. Here we go. We're giving Kasimpasa a bit of space. Probably a bit more space than I would normally like, but I suppose we are into stoppage time. And there we go. It comes out to Ceylan again. Is there going to be time for one last attack? Yes, but possibly it's going to be from Kasimpasa, not from us. And there we go. it's just a lot of back. This is like the end of the Qarabag game, isn't it? Lots of back and forth and no chance. Oh, but here we go. Oh, I spoke too soon. Jaylan returns the favour to Gustavsson. Good choice of substitutions, has to be said. That those two have combined for 3 goals since coming on. So got to be happy with that. Beautiful play from Jaylan to set that up. And a simple finish for Gustavsson. That's got to be it, ref. Come on, put Kasimpasa out of their misery. 2 5-1 wins in 2 matches today. Or is there going to be time for something else? No. Okay. You were waiting for me to say that, weren't you, digital referee? All right, got to be very, very happy with that. So another passionate team talk to say. A nice victory, lads. Well done. So that propels us up the table, keeps us in touch a bit with Osmanlıspor. 5-star Genclerbirligi, indeed. Timuçin Ceylan gets man of the match despite only coming on the second half. Well deserved, it has to be said. We're now up to second, 4 points behind Osmanlıspor. Still got that game in hand, so still a chance to close that gap down. I don't know why some teams have already played an extra match. That's quite unusual for the way the Turkish league is structured. Anyway, let's have a look at our schedule and see what we've got coming up. So, as I said earlier, I'm pretty sure that our group's going to be sewn up with the next round of matches. Because if we both win, both us and Shakhtar win, we're both through. So that would mean this Shakhtar game here becomes about who tops the group. If everything's sewn up in the next match, I might just skip the Shakhtar game. Originally, I was thinking I'd show Besiktas and Shakhtar. Might skip that one and just go right to the end of the Europa League group stage, so then we can play that match and we can see who we're going to be playing in the knockout rounds. But if there's still something to play for, we might well come back for that Shakhtar game. So you'll find out when you tune in for the next exciting episode. But for now, that's all for today. 2 5-1 wins, so I think that deserves a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We don't win 5-1 every match. We have our fair share of defeats as well. But hopefully we're going to continue on our road to glory in Europe. I'm Dodgy Gamer. See you again soon.